Hey, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Um, I've I've just had a great time here talking to you all and sharing some things with you. But good morning, welcome Chris, welcome Aaron. We got a couple other people. Welcome Dustin. Hey, just drop in the chat where you're. Hold on, got a little audio going on here. Turn that off. Drop in the chat where you are watching from, the state or the country, if you'd like, and just let us know. Welcome new members. Also, my wife Tammy, and I host the new members chat here. We call it the Newbie chat, and just some newbie coaching here. And we'll take some Q&A. You take your questions, and we like to focus on the things in the start stage, the start module, and just kind of mess around in the find. And we want to do that today a little bit. I'm saying we, like Tammy's with me, but this is what we do as coaches. We love to help. We want to help you get to the next level as quickly as possible. So drop a note in there, and certainly there is a sea of information, and we want to help you navigate this. I mean, the start section alone is big, but let's take a look here. Chris, Dustin, talk to me, guys. Where are you from? And can you see me? Just somebody say, yeah, I can hear you here. So let's see if we do that. Okay, I'm going to be watching. We're going to continue. So today, I'd like to, maybe if we get a little more time, if you have a product, I put in the Facebook group, if you have a product that you're thinking about, or a market, I like using a 3x3 method to understand the niche, understand what the market is, understand my customers and the questions they're asking. And we've talked about it a couple times already in our newbie chat. But we call it a 3x3 method, just a research method. And I want to share that with you live. If you've got a product you'd like to look at, or I'll just pick one, and what does it solve? And I thought maybe I'd just go through some of the tools and do it live if we have time. So, all right, here we go. We got any questions here? Drop your questions in. And I am going to pull up our the start section. So welcome new guys. Again, this is an exciting course. Seth and the team have laid this out very well, and they continually add new videos and new training, just on, and there's much more, I guess, in the pipeline, we're told. But we want to help you get through the course and get through the start and understand what is required. I mean, this is a big learning curve. I'm an electrician by trade. I manage electrical utility engineering now, but I'm a commercial industrial electrician by trade, and I went through an apprenticeship. And when you're going through your 4 or 5 year apprenticeship, you're working with a journeyman, and you're learning from someone, and you're hanging out with them until you can get on your feet. You've got enough experience, enough hours in, where you can take a certification test, and we call it turnout. And there's a lot of information here, and there's skills that we're learning within this course that many of us have not had at this level before. Many of us have started businesses, have sold things online. In fact, I think I did a poll, and a third of our members that responded have sold things online already, and it's awesome. I kind of expected it to be more, to jump into a business building course like this is. And you think about it, we are starting real business, and the point of this is to create true assets, create a business with a mindset that in 3 years, if you wanted to, you could sell it, that you're getting your assets set up, all your digital assets, everything should be able to be put on a thumb drive, or all your logos, all your systems should be recorded, your patents, your trademarks, everything should be defensible. And we get a lot of help from Daniel Priestley and his books. They're really awesome. One of his books is The Entrepreneur Revolution. Another one is 24 Assets. So go check those out. But what we have in our course here is a very thorough start stage. And I just wanted to maybe review some of that for some of our new guys. And if you have something to comment or some other advice for from some of the people that have been with Just One Dime for a little bit, please drop that in as well. How do you strategize? How do you strategize your plan? How do you find your market? Let's talk about that. So, all right, I'm not getting anything else in the live chat. All right, guys. Yeah, if you want to drop a note in, I'm just double checking, making sure everything is coming through here. Oh yeah. Okay, live chat, top chat. Hello from Arizona. For some reason it's not there. Now it's updating for me. Okay, so I'm gonna read these real quick. Hello from Colorado Springs, Greg. Hey, welcome. Canada, Quebec. Welcome, Dustin. Chris from Iowa, and then Japan. You're a world traveler. All right. Welcome, Abdel Karim from Oregon. Awesome. Czech Republic, Revolution Team. Awesome. Welcome here. Australia, Amazon Warrior. I like that. All right. We're on Gold Coast, Australia. And I've only stay the night in Cairns, Australia, up there on the north. Love it. Spent some time in New Guinea, almost about a year and a half, helping the Aboriginal people there. Arizona, Kurt, welcome. Okay, Bill, got a huge update for creating listings. Come on, yeah, get in that build section and look that up. Bulgaria, welcome. Veded, how do you say it? Where's the emphasis? Veded. I want to pronounce it right. Deborah, hello, new. Yeah, you can rewatch this. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Chris. And then absolutely. So our newbie overview here. So can I rewatch it, Deborah? Yeah, absolutely. So welcome, guys. And so just we're going to share the screen here and then just poke through the start section, just to get you familiar with that. I'm sure you've already looked at it, but if you've got some questions, I'm hoping my chats will update live. Here we go. So I need to take you into the vortex here. All right, here we go. I believe you can see it. Here we go. And just the introduction. You've watched the beginning. You've watched a lot of Seth's videos. This is so well laid out now, and they're doing their own programming and laying the course in here. It's really nice. I like what he says in strategize your brand. You can look through here. I want just to tell you the way the videos are laid out. Dan does a good job here, getting your company name, getting your trade name, getting your store name, getting your brand name. There's a lot of, use our group, use the search bar in the passive income group. And if you're trying to consider what's going to be my brand name, type brand name in the search bar and you'll see all kinds of great conversation. Store name, what do you want your store name? I mean, your store name in Amazon really don't get stuck that it needs to be your brand name, although ours is. But your store name can simply be ABC Store or Super Sellers in Amazon. Certainly could be that. But the focus is on your company name as you create your LLC. I'm speaking to those in the States here. And that's what we did. We have a different company name than our brand name. And there's you'll find a lot of ways to discover or create a brand name. There are sites online that you can do a mashup of names and create something from your first name and last name, or create something from an idea. You can do several things, and you want to be able to create a brand that is broad enough that you can have several things under it. Like in Dan's examples and Seth, Nike, what does that mean? It doesn't actually mean a lot. It's Nike, I believe, in Greek, means victory, but it's broad. So you can have a name that's broad, and you can put any kind of product under it. And think about the customers you want to serve. Think about the problems you want to solve. Is it home and garden? Is it kitchen? Is it automotive? Where are you going with your brand? I just want to show you this quick slideshow. This is how you use the slides. You go through here. Here's some names. He does such a good job. We won't go through all of these, but he's explaining how to choose names and why companies have done it. So use this, look through the video presentation. It's a real nice overview, and take notes. Hopefully you're taking notes in Notion. There's an app called Notion or Trello. Trello is a real simplified little organizational project management app that we use. Trello, Trello, and it's really a great app. You can see we've got it sitting right here. So how to understand and file your fictitious business name. What is it? Seth does a good job, doing all of that, and why. We're going to not go into that deeply here. How to choose a brand name that targets your customer. Look at the questions he's asking. He goes, your target audience and product line. Let's say you're in the dogs market. You could do, Wags. I think Wags is a brand. And you could do a product, a name like that. Or you're unsure of your target audience or product line, and then you want to do something more broad that is just, you could use a last name, or again, you can make up a name. And it tells you how to choose the name. All right, how to choose your brand name. Here we go. Now, I like what he says here. There's descriptive brand names, suggestive brand names, and fictitious brand names. And so descriptive brand names would be like you're in the camping market and you just want to say something regarding camping, like awesomecampproducts.com or whatever. And that's descriptive. You can have some suggestive, you can have some fictitious, and again, you can just make those up. Suggestive, ours is we're in a market and our brand name is slightly general, but it does point to a market. We could not sell in the automotive market with our name. So some good ways to choose your brand name. So this is all in the start section here, and why you want to trademark your brand name. So it takes about 8 months. He tells you about the advantages you have with a trademark. There's definitely legal advantages, and then there's within Amazon, you have brand registry. Then you become a brand, and that's important. In fact, the other day I was doing some research, and I found one of the highest cost keywords was simply, let's just say, I'll just use purses as an example. Purses with brands was the keyword, or purse brands. So an actual brand, that was like number 3, I believe, in the top keywords for this term, like purse. And they were looking for, people will pay that search term when people go online or go into Amazon. They want to see brands. What brands? And when people are on Google, they want to see an actual brand. And that's why Just One Dime focuses on helping you get your brand started. So, all right. Let me check some notes here. Dustin, also make sure the .com is available, and that is the best. There's so many other .co and .net, etc. that's out there, and there's some super successful businesses that don't have the .com, but absolutely, if you can get the .com, get that. So thanks, Dustin. .com and social media after choosing your name. Yeah, do a search on social media and see if your name. We've grabbed our Facebook page. We've got that name. I don't believe we have our Twitter set up yet, but yeah, absolutely get your social media. I don't think I have Instagram yet, but focus on that as well. Absolutely. Thanks, Chris. All right, trademark costs. This will cost you a grip. You know, it will cost you. There are some cheaper ways to get trademarks. There is some definite cost to it. Let's take a look here and just tell you what should I do. So here's trademarks vary in cost depending on the region, the number of classes, and how you choose to file. So standard filing fees in the U.S. are $225, $275, or $400 for each class. We're in one class with ours, and it fits pretty good. But then hiring a lawyer to help you do that, you may look at $800 or so. Filing yourself, you can do it. In fact, my wife Tammy is going through a class with Susie Hickson, and it's very informative. And she's learning how to be able to eventually file ourselves, and we won't need a lawyer. So it's pretty good, but it is possible. Let's continue through here. Just a quick overview: trademark classes, regions. Definitely understand where, as you look at and get an idea of your market and what you want to file in, take a look at your, the different classes and understand the class, and that may also help inform what direction you want to go. You want to go into clothing or dog accessory products. What do you want to do? And then you can find out those classes. So here's some information on how to file. There's ways to do it internationally, and getting everything registered. How to bring your brand to life. That's what we want to do. You're not only going to set up your brand and be known on Amazon, are you? There's so many ways, so many things. I'll quit sharing here. Excuse me. There are so many ways to promote your products and promote your brand, and we'll just talk about that for a second. And I have a background in drop shipping. I have a background in affiliate marketing, Facebook advertising as well. And you want your brand so it can go out everywhere. You want to have your own website so you can advertise there. You want to create a blog. You want to be able to use SEO. You want to think of all these things that people will be able to find your brand and be known by. And a brand's important. That's continual conversation in the passive income group. So this is just some foundation. So you're thinking business. You're thinking as a business, and we want to help people get beyond the thought that, hey, I'm just going to sell some things on Amazon for some cash. So what we want to do is help you. You're actually building a brand, investing in you, investing in your business. If you did we always talk about it. If you did. You wanted to start a McDonald's franchise. I don't know what they're starting at right now and what the limit is. I don't know if you could actually start with only one, but franchises are over $250,000 in many cases. And so you've got some real skin in the game here. You've got some real costs to start this business, but this is what it takes. And this is what I want to help you do. So there's so many things. So I want to go back to the chat. If there's a product, again, at the end, if we have time, if there's a product or a market you want me to research, we're going to do some things in the 3x3 method that we use with Answer the Public, Uber Suggest, and Keywords Everywhere. So drop them in. Okay, refreshing here. Okay, guys. All right. So if you want to get on the chat, if you want to ask me a question, we could actually do that today also. Good morning from Perth, David Murphy. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Good morning. What time is it there? What time is it there in Perth? I don't have my world clock up here. So good morning. Okay, let's continue. So we've talked through start. We've talked a little bit about getting your brand set up, and then how to expand your brand on social media. And I think I want to recommend you watch Alan's videos in the workshops on Monday. So get a hold of that. Those he shows you how to set it up on social media, as well as this here. So there's 3 major platforms for building your brand he talks about, and why you want to do it. And he's got some tips to build a following. There's Instagram. You know, you're going to need to learn how to take good photos. You're going to need to write good copy. And there's a lot of courses out there on writing. I know Jocelyn Dime has had some teaching on writing in the past workshop. So check that out. Okay. Private label lawyer, the interview with Susie Hickson was awesome. Okay, so you're not seeing my screen, but I'm talking to you like you are. So set up your business. So we talked about strategizing your brand and setting up your business. Just a high-level overview. He has one video called "Understand the Fundamentals of Business," and so he talks about what is revenue, what's a receivable, what's an asset, what is COGS, cost of goods sold, what is counted as factory overhead, what is cash received, what is gross profit. And you know, it's a challenge. And I work as a project manager and a business analyst, and you have to know your numbers. You have to know how numbers work. And we're getting a financial education here, and we want to be able to help you with all of that, so you can accurately calculate what your business's costs, what it takes to invest in it. Are you ready for someone to invest in your business? What numbers do you need? What is cash flow? Man, in my day job, last big project was $80 million. We're building huge substations and transmission lines across the state. So it's a lot of money to account for, but the principles are the same for your business, and cash flow is important. So several things on finance, and it's very helpful. Understand the 5 primary business structures: sole proprietorship, partnership, what's a C Corp, an S Corp, what's an LLC. Definitely get into those videos and take time and ask questions in the group, because I know there's just getting all that formed. You want to be able to get your EIN so you can open your own business bank account and get that going. Picking your best business structure for you. So he goes deep into that. So business bank account, what do you do globally if you're not a US seller or living in the US? Opening your Amazon account, professional versus individual seller central account. At this point, I hope you understand that probably the professional account, $40 a month, is the way you got to go, because immediately you're going to want to be bringing in products as you find some products just to test. And you want to be able to run PPC campaigns with that. You're going to ship them to Amazon, and you're going to run some PPC campaigns. So you want that pro account. So let me take a look. And David Murphy, 221, brother. All right, welcome. Let me share some coffee with you. I got my joy cup. That's the theme of today. Joy. I hope you have joy. It's better than happiness, right? Happiness depends on your happenings. And what's happening at 221 is like you're super tired. So May you have joy, that inner peace and expectation and hope, and it feels good too in your life. Okay, so Aaron, I'm gonna read some of the chats here. Do I need a website with product available to buy to pass trademark? You can say, hey, a website is coming. I would just have David with Just One Dime set your website up. If you're not part of the, I think the pro package with JOD, I believe it's $300, $400, and just get that website built. Okay, Bernadette Martin, I have spent hours searching for my first product using the strategies that JOD teaches, but never find a product that meets all the check boxes. How can I get past not having the perfect product? Okay. Bernadette, my fear is losing money. And that's what we had to do as well. We don't have the perfect product, and Seth in some of his videos as well says, hey, I don't have a perfect product. None, it doesn't meet all this criteria. My weight is over a pound or over 2 pounds. The size is more than 16 inches or whatever. Go back into Amazowl and check the settings. Go back, hit the settings icon and expand the settings and start just letting those things run. Like the BSR on some of those things are super low, like 1,000 BSR. Man, I had to up it. I was doing some research yesterday and I had to up it. I wasn't finding anything in my niche. And I'm like, what in the world's going on? So I went and broadened my search criteria just to start seeing, can I grab some of these things? Like I think reviews, when you use Amazowl, is set on 500. You might just take that up to 1,000 just to get an idea of where am I? Is this even possible? And then I'd recommend looking at Alan's video last Monday, I believe it was, and then he's got one in July where he explains how to use the tool called Scope by Seller Labs. Go get that. In fact, we don't have Scope yet. Go get that. It shows you the keywords. It shows you how the seller, your competition, is ranking per keyword, and it just grabs all the data for you, and it helps you understand your market. So that's called Scope, S-C-O-P-E. Okay, so Bernadette, just to, yeah, so Seth's 9 criteria in find, let's go ahead and jump into the find. What time is it now? 10:30, so we have a half hour. Product research criteria, I'm gonna look at that. Excuse me. I'm gonna share my screen and let's just take a quick look. Yeah. All right, I think I'm sharing. I am, great. So the product research criteria, and this is kind of where I wanted to go, is you've got 3 factors here. The product has a strong demand. You're looking at the demand. You know, you've picked a product, and let's say it's case for sunglasses or just a eyeglass case, and it has a strong demand. Everybody's buying it. The product has low competition. You go in there and you see there's not much competition, and the product has differentiation potential. How do you differentiate eyeglass case? I don't know. Let's look here. So criteria number 1 is the top competitors generate at least $120 a day each. So when you go through Amazowl and you research eyeglasses case, you'll find there's 15 competitors or so. I'm sure there's way more in that, but this is just using it as an example. You can go in there. I know some people will not be afraid to go in with more than 20 competitors. So it's just a guide, and you'll find that you'll have to break some of these rules. Don't treat these as hard and fast rules. Let's say number one, top competitors generate at least $120 a day. What if they only generate $100 a day each? Still pretty good market. Criteria two, 10 plus sales per day for each top competitor. So if you got 15 competitors and they each get 10 a day, that's what you want. But what if they only get 8? Still may be good. 3 to 20 strong competitors, right? And you remember that on mobile, you're only going to see about 15 competitors. So you might even bring that down because I believe now more products are bought on mobile, but you get 20 on the first page, front page, on the desktop. And I'm trying to remember what the stat was regarding, I think 60% or more purchases are based on the top 3. Anyway, that stat's in the course. All right, so selling price, what's the selling price? $15 to $100. I know some people say 15 is too low because you've got to include an advertising budget. So I was doing research yesterday with a $25 minimum because you have to have some money to advertise, and that's why the course teaches you to go for a 40% margin, 40 to 50%. And that's a couple notes below. Criteria number 5: top competitors have a low review count. You want to have less than 500 reviews. You may say I don't want any reviews. Let's say less than 100. You can change the settings and do that. Consistent price history. You want to look at the Keepa charts, and that's the historical price since the product was listed. Double check that. We've done a lot of retail arbitrage as well, and we're doing some testing, private label products, and you want to look at the 30-day, the 60-day, the 90-day history, and the year history, and what it was since the beginning of it, and what is the trend. Criteria number 7: less than half of the top competitors are the same brand. You don't want brand loyalty. That they would dominate that, and you'd probably have a hard time getting in. The profit margin of $8 and 40 to 50% margin. That's why profit margin of $8 to sell a $15 item would be, I don't know how that would work. That would be very difficult. Your Amazon fees would eat up quite a bit of that. So strong differentiation potential, and that's what is going to set you apart completely. Can you differentiate this product? So I'm saying eyeglass case. How can you differentiate your eyeglasses? I've got one that's got some, the brand name on the front. It's got a hinge that snaps closed. I don't know how else to differentiate this unless you're going to add an add-on product. Maybe like some eyeglass cleaning solution and a cloth to clean, and that would be a differentiation. So what about weight and size? Again, they talk about that as well. So I'm going to come back here, and that's some of the search criteria, and for the U.S., very similar in the U.K. And Australia as well. And take your time when you're looking at differentiation. Do research outside of just merchant words or whatever you're using. Go online, go to Google, and use these tools. I'm going to show you that. So if you guys have a market or a product you want me to research, let's look at that, and I'll do that. All right, so Bernadette. So, yep, those are some things. We definitely don't want to lose money, but what we're doing, instead of saying we're losing money, we're investing money. A stat that I've seen is that you get 30% return on money you invest in yourself. That's why buying courses is going to add so much more value to your life, and you're investing in you. But all of this is experimental. You're testing, you're trying, you're learning this business, and it's a capital investment, and it's worth it. All right, Deborah. So Deborah from Richmond. What about the category pet supplies? Has it been saturated? I've used the Mazal, appears to be. I've not made my first product yet. So pet supplies, we should just do some research with pet supplies maybe for our test here, and we'll get back to that. Nothing saturated. It's there's so many things that it just haven't been invented yet. But actually, there's so many things that haven't been found yet. You know, you can go to trade shows, you can go to small markets, you can go to craft shows, and a lot of people do that. You can go overseas. That's why my wife and I went with JOD to the China trip to go overseas and get our eyes physically on what is there, you know, being sold there, what's available. And we went to the EU market, saw all kinds of different things. That was very instructive. There's people that are going into Central America and looking at what's being produced there by hand. And there's a huge market for that. And it's just not on Amazon yet. And one stat was that I think only 16% of the items sold in the world, I'll say world, I don't know, maybe items sold in the US, are only on Amazon. The variety outside of Amazon is huge. And we get to find those things and bring them into the Amazon world and create a passive income for ourselves. All right. When you launch a product on Facebook, can you have friends and family buy them and leave a review for you? It's still, if it's on Facebook and you're saying review for you, if it's going into reviews in Amazon, then no, you'd lose that review, I'm sure. Sorry, I meant launch my product on Amazon. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now you can create and sell and drop ship from your own garage, set up your own Shopify store and drop ship yourself. And you can use kind of just some reviews for your own advertising. You create Facebook ads and you create just recommendations and reviews inside your Shopify store or your e-com store. Amazon's algorithm tracks family friends. Yes, exactly. Chris, thank you, brother. Bernadette, I am being flexible, BSR and price, but nervous about stretching boundaries with number of competitors and reviews. Having my listing seen as potential by potential buyers is critical. Absolutely. And so Bernadette, that's what the course, as you gain knowledge, as you gain mastery as a business person and understanding the skills that are presented in the course, you're gonna win. You're gonna get a lot more confidence. You're gonna understand that your cash, you're investing it. It's good to start with the cheaper products, and we are eventually. I want to sell products that's over $100, but right now we're in the 20, 30, 40, $50 range. We're messing around with products like that. So take it's easier for when you have to reimburse somebody, and stay within that. But just keep going, keep hustling, keep learning, ask questions in the community. We're here for you, and we understand how nervous you are. My wife and I have invested a lot of money, and then we have made some mistakes. We've had issues with our manufacturers, issues with our shipping. Had a terrible time. We've had some setbacks, but all of this, it's worth it. Our future self 10 years from now will thank us, right? All of us. This is worth it. Doesn't matter if it takes 2 years to get this stuff launched. It's worth it. You can do it, and we're here for you. All right. Okay, so pet supplies, has it been saturated? So Deborah, I'm going to take, if you're still on, how many minutes left do we have? So we got about 20 minutes. So let's see if I can take and do some research using the 3x3 method and just using 3 tools, doing some downloads on the CSVs and getting the data, getting the keywords. And let's look at pet supplies. Let me pull it up here. I am going to open, let's see, Answer the Public. You can do it yourself too. Open answerthepublic.com. open Neil Patel / Uber Suggest. Neil Patel, NEILPATEL.com/Uber Suggest, UBERSUGGEST. Bam. Okay, and then if you've not installed Keywords Everywhere, you need to get their API key. If you've not installed that on Google Chrome, which is an extension on Google Chrome, do it because it's amazing. It's going to take any searchable page and give you the keywords and the rankings within that page and tell you all kinds of other fun suggestions for keywords for free. These are free tools here. So I just want to expand your ability to do these things. You know what? I'm going to put pet supplies. Well, I don't have keywords everywhere. Yeah, I do on this. Okay. So I'll show you live here. Here we go. I'm sharing my screen. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Doing some research just for pet supplies and see if we get any other ideas. So I typed in Google pet supplies and there's just a 2 bazillion results. But Keywords Everywhere is running and I can export it to a CSV where I can open it in Excel. Pet supplies, see the volume, pet supplies plus hours, pet supplies plus coupons. Look at the amount of people just researching and searching for pet supplies. Pet supplies near me. They want to go down to the store. These are monthly searches, 3,200 a month. And so pet supplies. And then people also search. Here are related things where people find pet supplies, etc. Pet supplies plus grooming. And it gives you the volume, the cost per click if you're going to buy it. Here's your high one. They've got it highlighted. It's $5.27. And then the competition. There's some good competition. Competition of one, I believe, is it's the max competition. Cat and dog toy. Yeah, that's super high competitive. So there's keywords everywhere. So let's go to answer the public. So this is answerthepublic.com. You just type in here pet supplies, and we're going to get some questions. They're going to look at the questions related to pet supplies. All right, Deborah, you said you're here. Great. Anna, I see your question, and we'll get back to that here. Actually, I don't know if let's think about that marketing task you're talking about. Okay, pet supplies. We've got a gang of questions here. 32 questions related to pet supplies. How much are pet supplies? How to donate pet supplies. So this is a visualization that Answer the Public gives us, and it gives you a few visualizations with can. What are phrases or questions with the word for? Pet supplies for rabbits. Pet supplies for sale near me. And it kind of gives you, it's like, okay, here's some ideas. I hadn't thought about that. And let me do that. So visualizations, but down here, the alphabeticals will run all kinds of words in it and give you an idea. Pet supplies around me. And it will also give you how much it costs, your CPC for these if you're going to bid on that using Google. So get pet supplies by mail. So 40 searches a month. That's not real high, $2.40. Pet supplies cheap. And it's got some data. But you can download the CSV. See if I can do it here. I'm going to show you how to do that. And say, okay, I'm looking for pet supplies. Let's see if I can get this thing load. Here it is. Okay, so this is answer the public. So we'll open up the CSV. It's opening in Excel. Got it here. And so pet supplies, let's format this whole Excel spreadsheet. And I've done this in a video just in the group. I did a quick video. So let's quickly hit view, freeze panes. So I can do that, and then I'm going to add the filters so I can sort it and filter it. Click here. I'm going to create. I'll let this thing expand out here so we can see a little better. And see, make it big so you guys can see it. So I've got these questions. I've got modifiers. I got suggestions. You can go through here and you can sort and quickly take a look. I'll sort A to Z. And say, okay, what are all the questions that start with A and then alphabetical C, H, P? And you can go and take a look here and say, okay, what about, so I'm learning my market, I'm learning my niche. What about my niche? Maybe I haven't figured something out. I'm having a hard time finding a pet supply idea. The market seems saturated, but maybe there's something inside these things that will help me find something I haven't thought of. So here's just a bunch of questions. This isn't giving you your search volume, but we'll find that in Ubersuggest. Pet supplies and accessories. So you start getting things like, okay, I'm going to search online. Now I'm going to look at pet supplies and food, or pet supplies and accessories, pet supplies and adoption center. What is that a niche that I could look at? What could I provide to adoption centers with pet supplies? Supply companies. It's got a lot of locations. Pet supplies for cats, birds, dogs, pet supplies for grooming. I'm sure you've looked at all of these for small dogs, pet supplies, lots of towns, and you can do it like that. You can also just sort by the modifier, if it's got an A in the word or an and, pet supplies and. What I like to do is go down to with and without. Pet supplies with, and this is a broad thing, but pet supplies with, and I like looking at these. And it gives you a linking word. It'll say pet supplies for free for grooming. Have I thought of that? Pet supplies for less, coupon for rabbit. Pet supplies on Craigslist. Pet supplies plus pictures with Santa. What are you doing this time of year? So this just gives you another way to start gaining ideas, and we wanted to be able to give you that. Pet supplies list. You know, you could create, when you're creating your offer, let's say you have some pet supplies that you're selling, but you can create a free PDF with your offer, and you can advertise on Facebook, and you say, click here for your free PDF on your top 10 things you need for your dog or cat, and here's a list. So then they click on that, and you send them to a landing page, you capture their email address, and you own that contact, or that person that's clicked on your list, you own that, and then you can go back and advertise to them through email. You can also set up a ManyChat. You can send them to a ManyChat sign up and bring them into something as well. So pet supplies. Okay, so let's do something here with Ubersuggest. So pet supplies, and certainly we could go get more tight on dog toys or whatever, and chewy dog toys, or dog toys that look like a fish or a duck. All right. Okay. So how do I find the video of you showing how to format Excel for keywords data? Type my type my name, Toddpreneur, and you could type my name plus the word video, and that might show it up. So select all images with crosswalks. There's one. There's one. There's one. And there's one. Verify. I'm not a robot. So pet supplies. So Uber suggests they've upgraded their site, and this is really nice. So pet supplies, you are at 60,000 searches a month. This is excellent. So you want over 10,000 a month, if possible. SEO difficulty, it's not too hard. Pay difficulty, you're gonna pay for it. $5 clicks, that's expensive. And even like in your Amazon, you want your clicks maybe between 50 cents and $1.50 to be able to be competitive just for your Amazon advertising. But this is outside of Amazon, isn't it? This is Google. So the keyword is competitive to rank for, and there's a 47% chance you will be able to rank for it. Pet supplies. Let's just, I'll leave this here for a second, and then I'm going to hit organic pet supplies. I'll show you something. 131 keyword ideas, pet supplies, plus near me. Look at all this. Online, Walmart, coupon. They give you all of these things. It's excellent. And then you can export this to CSV, and we'll do that. Pet supplies, dog wash. Pet supplies list. Okay, so there are there's 60,000 searches for pet supplies. What if we add something here and just say organic pet supplies? Let's see what happens. 30, very low search volume. You might not want to go there, although you can use that as differentiation. About let's remove pet supplies, organic pet food. Let's see what happens here. Low search volume, 480. How about organic pet treats? All right, so let's go back to food, and let's just do, believe it or not, vegan pet food. Look at that search volume. That's a little higher than the other. But there's literally, for carnivores, there's vegan options, vegan pet food. Cost per click's $1.84. SEO is not too hard to rank. So you start creating your blog. So how about indestructible? I don't know if people search for that, but let's see if indestructible pet toy is even ranking. If it spins like this, nope. Yep. See what pet toy is. So here's a good search volume. 3,600 pet toy. So certainly this is a way to do it. I'm gonna, let's just take pet toy here and get our keyword ideas. Pet toy in carrier, cat, pet toys near me, pet hedgehog toy. There you go. Pet toy pig, etc. So there's a lot of things that you can do, and then let's just export that to the CSV. A few minutes left. Look at that, chewy.com, Petco, gives you all kinds of websites that are using those keywords as well. Get to know your market. And what we're doing right now, we're not really doing the 3x3 yet. We've only taken a product and dropped it in there. So what we also want to do, like my last post said, is look at the problem that the product is solving. So let's say pet toy is solving what problem? So think of that. So here, let's format here real quick. So we're gonna go to View, Freeze Panes. We're going to expand here. We're going to Data, Filter, and then our search volume is already set up in search volume here, pet toys. Here's the highest search volume that people are looking for. You might, I don't know what Kong would be, but you might look in here and get some ideas. Pet toy, pet and carrier, pet toy cat. I don't understand some of these. Pet toy mouse, and you might be able to sell a mouse and then go research that whole thing. So this is just taking the product. But what does the pet toy solve? Let's say a pet toy helps a dog with boredom. So it's solving boredom in your pet. And then you can research that word in Ubersuggest, or that word, you can write pets are bored, and you could search that and answer the public and see what people are talking about. So that is the problem it's solving. And then what is the outcome? And the outcome may be a happy dog, a satisfied dog, a dog that's not jumping around, but it's enjoying chewing on its toy with squeakers, and it'll just do that for a half hour and have a good time. So that is the 3x3 method. We've looked at Ubersuggest, keywords everywhere. We've looked at what you can get from keywords everywhere here and answer the public. Keywords everywhere. You can export pet supplies. You can export this to a CSV and do the same thing as well. I always say just grab the CSVs for all of this. So what this is doing, you have 3 tools. You have 3 inputs. You're saying, what's the product you're thinking about? Then what's the problem that it's solving? Then what is the outcome that you want? And export those things to your CSVs and then use that for research. Again, here's your keywords. And you could filter those if you needed to, but usually these are quite short. Pet supplies, near me, plus grooming. And this will have some redundant, obviously, keywords, but you're just seeing what is typically searched and getting some costs for CPC. You're going to create a blog. You're going to do it, all these other things. So that's where we're at using those. And there's so many ways to search, but I just wanted to give you that little tutorial on how to do that. So let me stop sharing and just take a look here. Deborah, okay. All right, I'm glad that helped. Any questions on that, you can go back. See, I've lost my, there we go. You can look online. I've done some little things on that as well. Where do you store your information and how do you organize yourself? Again, getting organized, and this is the new year, get yourself organized. And the best project management simple app that we've used is Trello, Trello, and Notion. And we use Notion in China, and we're using that on the side for some of our research. So go look those up, look at tutorials on YouTube, and you'll get yourself organized, get all your stuff electronically. You got some pencil and paper as well, but get your stuff organized, and so you can succeed quicker. So we want you to be able to do that. So, all right, how do I find the video of you showing how to format Excel for keywords data? And this will be on replay as well, so you can follow that along. I'm going to refresh this. Okay. And so Anna, we just have another minute. I missed Q4. My first product will possibly be shipped next month before the Chinese New Year. What's the first marketing task you recommend? You're going to optimize your listing. Make sure, you know, all our external ads, we go to Facebook, we go to Instagram, and we want to drive them back to a beautiful, perfect listing on Amazon. Make sure that thing's optimized. Make sure you understand your keywords. You're using Scope. It's a great tool. and make sure you know what your keywords are doing. Your pictures are good. You can kind of there's other sites you can have your photos compared. What photo is the best. Drop your photos into the group. I would make sure you do that and say, do you like this? Which photo is the best? How does my logo look, etc. So take a look at all of that. Get your Amazon all set up. Make sure you know what you're doing with your PPC campaign. Watch those videos again. Watch them in Find. Understand just what keywords are for. That's in the Find section. Everything about keywords, everything about even you're going to get data and you're going to download your advertising reports, and they're going to give you ideas to expand your brand, to improve your listing as well. And then follow in your build and launch stage, then follow the PPC process there. There's nothing else you can do. And I know people that just run huge budgets, allow Amazon to charge me as much so you can get page one and the top position. So you're going to dump a lot of money into advertising there. So make sure all of that's functioning well and you understand it. So good luck with that. That's awesome that you're already there, Anna. So, okay. Well, I appreciate you guys. You're awesome. If there's anything else that we can cover, drop us a note if you'd like. Ask questions in the group so everybody can benefit, because we're all learning and we're all helping each other. All the boats rise, right? We're helping each other get to the top. So love you guys, and we will talk to you next Friday. Thanks a lot.